LI in Long Island, New York. Now, you must have heard Smoke on the Water 1,000,000 times. When you listen to it now, what does it make you feel?
It's, I think it's a great record. And I liked it when they first released it. We were in America at the time. They actually released it 3 times before it became a hit, you know. They released it the first time and it was ignored. They released it again. And I think it was Warner's, released it the 3rd time, then it became a #1. Which I always found that strange, that it became a hit at that point. But it's a great record, very simple record. We did it in Montreux, in Switzerland. And we kind of made it up on the spot. I remember playing the backing to it. I was playing, Ian and I, Ian Pace and I would often play jams on our own. And we put down the backing track. And we thought we had a good song here, and we were playing in this ballroom in the middle of the mountains, and we were getting complaints from the neighbors because we were so loud, and the police came to shut the whole thing down, and they were banging on the door, and we knew it was the police, but we were just trying to get that final sound in, and which we did. We finished the actual backing track in one big ballroom, then we moved to the Grand Hotel to put the vocals on.
Can I ask you, though, repeat the question, how does it make you feel when you hear it again?
Feel? I don't know. It's a nice song. Good song. Doesn't make me feel one way or the other.
Not one way or the other?
No.
Okay. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the bands that you've been in. I mean, obviously Deep Purple and Rainbow. They were both very much in a kind of continual state of flux.
Right.
That's a good way of putting it, I suppose. Did you thrive on that, or would you have ideally preferred more consistency?
Again, this, I think, affects... I think I would say that I thrived upon the friction. I do like to live on the edge. I like a little bit of friction to push me through. I'm not one of these guys that likes to be in a very secure position with the same guys in the band. I do like that touch of turbulence all the time. And I've always thought I like to live on the edge. Although sometimes I think I don't need this aggravation. I think sometimes I do need that aggravation. And I don't mean to be firing musicians and going through people. In fact, I've thought about opening up an employment agency for musicians, all from Rainbow, you know, because now it's reaching like 30 or 40 mark. But
actually, just as a matter of interest, while you're talking about it, just off the top of your head, do you know how many different people have played in Rainbow over the years?
No, I don't. I would say
take a guess.
30? Is it 30?
No.
100? 2,000?
22, actually.
22.
We counted. It took us ages going through the rock family trees.
Is it 22?
22 people in Deep Purple.
Wow.
In fact, John Lord has gone on record as saying, quote, "Ritchie doesn't like what Deep Purple is with Ian Gillan in it. So why the hell has he done it on 3 separate occasions?"
It's a form of punishment to myself. I like to inflict pain. I'm a little bit sadistic. But, no, I think he's got that a little bit wrong. I enjoy Ian's vocals. Ian is a great singer when he wants to be. I fell out with him on the last occasion. But obviously, without Ian, we wouldn't have Child in Time. We wouldn't have The Fly to the Rat or any of those songs. In those days, to me, he sang wonderfully. I've kind of, to be corny, I've not moved on to a different way of thinking, and he still wants to do that same stuff. And that's not saying that he's a workaholic. He has a lot of ideas, but I just felt that I wanted to get away from that heavy shouting type of vocal. Yeah, nobody could sing Child in Time like Ian. In fact, there's some funny stories. I mean, when we got back together this last time, I would say to Ian, "Are you going to be able to sing Child in Time?" He said, "Of course, Rich. I've learned a new way of breathing and I can control my throat. I won't be losing my voice now. We'll be able to do it every night." So within that 3rd night of the tour, he said to me, "Can't do Child in Time tonight, Rich." And I'm like, "Why not?" He said, "I've lost my voice." He likes to party too. So I went, okay, that's all right. I then proceeded to play Bomb, Bomb, Bomb on the stage. Then John joined in. And of course, Ian could not do anything other than sing the song, which he did very well. But he hated me for it. And we used to do that every night. Every time he would come over to no child tonight, Rich. I go, okay. I go straight back out there and play it.
Is it true, though? I mean, a huge Purple fan told me when I was coming out here, I told them I was coming out here to interview, that on the last tour, you and Gillan didn't actually speak at all. So the atmosphere between you was so bad.
No, I think we did speak. I think he said F you, and I said, same back. You know, I think we did speak a little bit. No, we didn't speak very much. But that's all part of the show, all part of the edge. He likes to live on the edge too. He likes a little bit of friction. There are certain members of the band that don't like any friction. Now, I'm not too keen on those people that just want everything to be safe and pleasant. You know, life is about, you know, life can be hard, and it's about moods. It's about people thinking differently about music. It's not. We shouldn't all turn up to play and think everything. Life is wonderful, and you have to try and go forward. You're going to get into problems, and this is what puzzles me. With certain people want to just stay safe. I don't want to ever be safe.
But you have. I mean, it is true to say that you have had difficulties with the personalities involved in the bands that you've been in. Yes. I mean, not in the personalities, leaving aside the sort of musicianship aspect of it.
Right, true. Yeah, very true.
This is Access All Areas from Talk Radio, from the studios of WBLI in Long Island, New York. My guest is Ritchie Blackmore. Now let's go back to the phones. And hello, Jerry.
Hi.
You're on Talk Radio with Ritchie Blackmore.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi.
Jerry.
Good evening, Ritchie.
Good evening, Jerry.
How you doing? It's Jerry from Bedford.
Jerry from Bedford.
Yes.
Okay.
Over the years, there's been a few occasions with both Purple and Rainbow where you've worked with orchestras. And I was wondering if you have any interest still in that sort of field, whether you intend to do anything along those lines in the future.
Definitely. Some of the music that we've written for the new CD is going to incorporate, at the moment it incorporates just the quartet type of things, but on stage I'd like to use orchestras, and we will be definitely using orchestras. I love to kind of surprise the audience with maybe a 28-piece orchestra on things like, even like Shadow of the Moon or something, that we get into a fugue type of thing, where the orchestra can take over and play something for 5 minutes, but and a few jugglers and fire eaters and people like that. And maybe even John Cleese can come on stage.
Let's hope so.
Listen, thank you very much indeed for your call. Sadly, we've only got about 13 and a half minutes left before we have to make way for Dr. David Starkey. So thank you very much indeed for your call. And now I'd like to play a little snatch of a Rainbow.